There's another guy that does make a little bit more sense, and we like the numbers that we see for him. Carlos Estevez, the reliever. Right-handed relief pitcher Carlos Estevez is a unrestricted free agent after the season. He's got 33 appearances. He's pitched 33 innings.
Got a nice little belly on him, too. I like that.
Yeah, he's got some.
I love pitchers with a belly.
Okay.
This is the important stuff right now.
Yeah, you nicknames and bellies. He's 1-3 with 19 saves. He's got a 2.45 ERA. He's got a .758 WHIP, 32 Ks, 6.40 Ks per walk, and 20 consecutive scoreless innings. He is truly a closer for the Angels. He's been very dominant as of late, and in his last 16 appearances, in addition to having 20 scoreless showings, he's allowed only 3 hits and a pair of walks in 16 innings over his past 16 appearances. And to look at the saves, also phenomenal. He had 31 saves last season and already is off to a great start this season. He can also be someone that, instead of just being a traditional closer, is maybe brought in as that middle reliever or setup role. He can wear some hats. There's a lot of buzz around him as well. He's one of the one of the guys that's on the market that has a lot of teams interested. Of course, as mentioned, he'll be a free agent after this season. And for a lot of people that are looking for that bullpen help, Phillies, he's in high demand. He, to me, is an absolute good fit for the Phillies.
Yeah, throw some gas. A lot of his numbers from last year to this year, he's kind of like your classic contract year guy. He was on a pretty fair deal both ways on the 2-year deal he signed with the Angels. But when you look at his WHIP, it's nearly cut in half this year. When you look at his hits per 9, it's cut in half. His walks per 9 has dropped by almost like 60%. His strikeouts have gone down, but you obviously take that with his WHIP. Mm-hmm. He's improved a lot. He's it's a contract year for him. He's going to go out there and make some money. He would be a nice fit. And the Phillies are kind of at a luxury with the bullpen in that you don't really need a righty or lefty per se. You're pretty evenly split. So it's probably going to come down to shopping the best deal when it comes to these bullpen arms. If they are talking to the Washington Nationals, which I can tell you they're talking about Lane Thomas. I know that for a fact. If Kyle Finnegan ends up being like a package combo deal, then obviously you're not going to be looking at an Estevez or somebody like that. But if you're just going for a singular one-off, and when you look at Dave Dombrowski the last 2 years here, most of the trades he's made, to my knowledge, are package deals. Like he got Brandon Marsh and Noah Syndergaard. I know they were kind of 2 separate deals, but they came from the same team.
Yeah.
The other deal they made was there was a 2-for-1er. I'm blanking. I read it last night.
Well, they did they acquired David Robertson for Ben Brown from the Cubs.
So there was another one where they got 2 from the same team. So I read it last night.
Was it Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy?
Yes.
From Texas?
Yes. So he has made
in 21. I think that was
so
in
he's
21.
made 2 deals while here at the deadline where he's gotten 2 guys in return from 1 team. So it's something to keep in mind. Gelb did have the Lane Thomas, Kyle Finnegan thing last night. That seems like it could be real. But Estevez, if you're just looking for a one-off bullpen arm, I would think he's pretty appealing because he throws hard. He's got great numbers, and, he's a high-leverage guy.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, these are names that, aside from Brett Rooker, that all make sense. Just get 2 of them. To hear that, as you mentioned, Matt Gelb's piece regarding the conversation around the Phillies and the Nationals to include Lane Thomas and Kyle Finnegan in a deal. We talked about Lane Thomas on Tuesday. Kyle Finnegan's another one who's a great piece that would help. His numbers this season, he's got 28 saves and 32 chances. He's limited his hitters to a .182 average. His expected ERA was a 4.19, but his actual mark is a 2.32. He allows a lot of contact, and his 49.1% hard hit rate is the 6th highest in baseball. Ooh. So he is a guy that the Phillies also have been talking to, as you mentioned, with that package deal. Both Finnegan and Thomas are under club control through 2025. And for Lane Thomas, who we already talked about Tuesday.
That definitely is appealing to the Phillies.